This is Darren Millard from the Vegas Golden Knights broadcast crew, and you are watching Swan Valley Stampeders Junior Hockey with my good friend Brian Gilroy and his sidekick Kevin Jimmy Carter. I was not paid for this, so I'm going to end it now. But enjoy the game, because these guys are going to have a whole lot of fun covering it.
Yes, sir, we will, Mr. Millard, and thanks again for that introduction. Teams just got to the ice. We'll be taking our quick break for O Canada here before we get into tonight's game. Wayway Scapa Wolverines' first meeting of these two teams here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Swan River Centennial Arena. As we said, Wayway Scapa Wolverines here in town to battle the hometown Swan Valley Stampeders. A bit of a three-game home stretch to start the season after they opened the 23-24 MJHL season down in Dauphin on Friday night. Just quickly starting lineups for both teams for the visiting Wayway Wolverines. From the net out, 6'7" goaltender, big kid there from Red Cliff, Alberta, Merrick Andres. Darren Apperly and Owen Wheatley start on the back end. Up front will be the line of Neil Kimeni, Jack Clark, and Luke McCarthy for the Stampeders. Liam Vanderkooy gets his first start. Also 6'7" goaltender from Abbotsford, BC. Ashton Fishley, the captain, and Lyndon Perry on the back end. And up front is Riley Fiquette, moves up to the top line with Trey Sauter and Jacob Jones. A little bit of a change up there for Coach Barry Wolf as Landon Gulletson, who's played on that line the first couple games, is going to drop down on a line with Griffin Ayotte and Callum Halls. I'm Kevin Carter, along with Mr. Brian Gilroy. Early stages of the game here as the Stampeders turn the puck over inside the Wayway line momentarily, but quickly back the other way is going to be McCarthy. Kimeni try to drop pass there, picked off by Fiquette. Sauter feeds it to Jones. Fiquette now high slot shot. That one turned away. Jones tried to bang away at the rebound, but couldn't get it past a big netminder, and Andres in between the pipes for the Wolverines. Fishley down in the right corner. Matthew Monroe back to Fishley. There's a shot from the faceoff dot. A little tip loose in front. Ayotte bangs away. Hall's jamming away. That's Fishley was trying to get back in there. Ayotte had made the change. Jones and Sauter continued to battle away, but again, both teams, I think, Mr. Gilroy, as we talked about pregame, 2 6'7" goaltenders. Not going to be a lot of space there if they play good positional hockey.
They're not, and got to be the biggest goaltending matchup in the MJHL, maybe the history of the MJHL for that matter. So be interesting to see what kind of space they give up amongst the net, but I'm sure they can both go down on their knees and cover most of the net still. So.
It looked like it for sure for Mr. Andres there, as he's been tested early by the Stampeders and a good opening shift from that top line. Ayotte, Halls, and Gulletson out there now. Kept in at the line is Bettiger. He'll backhand it down deep. Stampeders get on the forecheck, can't turn it over, and it's going to be Pringle up the left side to Williams for Wayway. Battles against Monroe. He's able to get that puck to Halls, quickly up to Gulletson, racing towards the net as Ayotte right in front, quick shot. Just fanned off the heel of his stick. Real good speed there by Griffin Ayotte to fill that gap, and Landon Gulletson with a great pass to find him in the high slot. Just couldn't connect. Back the other way, and there's a little cross up at the blue line. It's going to be Thomas Caulfield. End up putting his teammate Ben Roulette offside, and they'll stop this play for a whistle right in front of us outside the Stampeder zone.
Thomas Caulfield, former Winnipeg Blue. Last season, 26 goals with the Blues last season, so a big pickup for the Wayway Wolverines.
Yes, some familiar names there for the Wolverines, and always a tough matchup, as we've talked about over the years. A real good, hard-working team regardless of what season it is, and we expect the same kind of thing out of them this year. And what's going to be a tough West Division. Always a tough matchup here for the Stampeders. Good play there by Perry. Keep it in for the Wolverines. Bennett tried to play it towards the net. That one off a skate. Hung in there at the line. That long shot gets deflected into the far corner. Peak went down there. He tried to battle away with the Stampeder defense, but eventually it's going to be Braden Vopat getting into the lineup here tonight. He played it out. Wolverines play it right down into the zone again, far corner. Now coming the other way is Darren Hunt, a long lead pass, too far for everybody, and that's going to be icing as the Wolverines are back. Picked that one up. Again, 2.5 minutes into the opening period here. A couple shots on the board for the Stampeders coming out of that first shift by Sauter, Jones, and Fiquette. And Liam Vanderkoy still waiting to get his first shot on goal here tonight, feel the puck.
Yeah, a good start for the Stampeders, I'd say. I think Barry Wolf would be quite happy with it.
The young line out there is Braden Vopat, helped out by Darius Maxey now as Stampeders play this one to center ice and backhanded into the Wayway zone. Jossie quickly up the left wing. He gets turned around by Fishley, and that allows Bettinger to step up. That pass too far for Maxey. The Wolverines again. Jossie off his stick. Bettinger settles it down for the Stampeders up through center ice. Good pass there to Josh Denis. He's knocked down off the puck, but gets it over the line. Maxey will go in chasing Williams, gives him a bump. And it's going to be Apperly who quickly rips it around the boards. Bettinger keeps it in, long shot. That's deflected into the corner. Denis back to Bettinger. Far side, Perry tries that shot. That one's stopped in front by the defenseman Apperly, and he'll clear this out to center ice. Bettinger quickly back to Maxey and now to Denis. Stamps right back in. That pass off the stick of Wilicki in behind the net. Wilicki sticks with it. There's a shot from the boards by Maxey. Didn't get through. Now Williams with a partial breakaway. Here's a quick shot. Fought off by Vanderkoy. Sullivan Menard set up. He loses the puck in behind the net. Picked off of his stick by Jack Clark. Jack Clark continues to battle away with Maxey. Maxey will win that and get it out to center ice or Moser. Plays it to the far side. Pringle lost his footing. That gives the Stampeders a chance to turn it over and come back the other way. Here's Sauter, 1-on-3. Can't get through. And the Wolverines will clear it to center ice. Matt Monroe tried to play that one deep, but off the shin pad of Fiquette. Jones there to help it out. He's bodied down. Stampeders get it down deep. Fiquette now backhand right through the crease. Nobody could get a stick on it there. Good pass there as McCarthy picks up this puck. Long pass shot that goes high and wide on the glove side. And bounces off the glass into the netting, and we'll have another face-off here inside the Stampeder zone.
Well, the messages are coming in fast and furious, so I'll just put it out there. Yes, we are aware there's no video, and there's probably not going to be again tonight. We will do the audio broadcast. The video will hopefully be uploaded to YouTube here in a day or two to at least be able to watch the game late if you so choose. But there's internet issues in the building, and that is what the trouble is, and they are waiting on Westman Communications to come to this building and fix it.
We should get Mr. Manchester maybe post that on the website or on Facebook or something. Got to be the live update.
Yes.
Even that message, although a very good and articulate one, not getting anywhere.
Nope.
Should record that.
Call your cable provider.
There's a turnover. Caulfield now right inside. Good play, then a good shot by Williams. Thomas Caulfield, a little rush up the left wing. Little drop pass for Sean Williams, and he beats Vanderkoy low glove side just over top of the pad. A well-placed shot just inside the far post, and the visiting Wolverines take the opening lead.
Yeah, Sean Williams, a bit player last year for the Wolverines, 6 goals, gets his first of the season here early on, so he's going to be pretty happy with that. Looks like Mark Andres has already broken a goalie stick, so those are expensive, aren't they? You're a father of a goalie.
They're not cheap, no.
Better put them on a budget.
Yeah, well, maybe you have to do some more volunteer hours in the community to make up for that. However the payment goes, but yes, the equipment manager will be none too plussed. So the Wolverines with the opening goal here, and like I said, it's drop pass by Caulfield, an equally good shot by Williams. Bettinger back now as the Wolverines continue on the forecheck as Herring was in. We're going to have a penalty here coming in behind the
just a
play.
hand pass is all.
Oh, sorry, hand pass. I missed that
The back referee
signal.
made that call.
Yes.
Just have a face-off right down in front of our broadcast booth here. I'll get you the official score on that one. That was Sean Williams. Assist going to Thomas Caulfield.
Owen Wheatley plays that one in where Herring will chase it down in behind the net. And Josiah Bennett turns. There's a shot from a sharp angle. Closing the door there is Vanderkoy. And after getting the first 3 shots on the board, Stampeders find themselves down a goal and giving up the next 4 here to the Wolverines, who've turned things up the last couple of shifts.
Yeah, Liam Vanderkoy, 6'7", 215 pounds from Abbotsford, as you mentioned already. Played for the Powell River Kings last season with a 414 goals against average, 886 save percentage, and getting his first start here in a Stampeder uniform.
Wheatley again off that draw, plays it down deep. In front of the net, it looked like it was the Wayway players had lost their glove, Reagan Kamenko. So couldn't play the puck. There's a circle, and Kamenko again. He'll play this one in the high slot. Josie with a great chance, found on the shot. Lucky for the Stampeders, and Josh O'Neill bring it out. Gets to the Wayway line. They quickly turn it back. Officially intercepts that pass. Had to wait for his mates to get onside. Good play there. But while doing so, allowed the defenders to kind of bunch up and clog up that lane. Matt Monroe off the glass to Denis. Far side to Darius Maxey. In over the line, pushes it deep behind the net. Wheatley there to play it first for the Wolverines. Good play there to get it back to Apperly. Circles right in front of his net. Closely watched there by Andres. And good play by Walicki to steal it. Good shot there. And right on the doorstep, Maxey robbed by Andres.
Darius Maxey with the entire top half of the net available there. Just couldn't get it over top the outstretched netminder's glove there, but a great scoring chance and a good pocket pick there by Alex Walicki on the captain, Garen Apperly.
Absolutely, Apperly right in front of his net, and Walicki picked his pocket in behind, and he said, Darius Maxey, not a small individual himself, a little bit in on the skates to try to get that one upstairs, but a good opportunity to get this one tied up. Stampeders will look to build on that. Jones wins the draw back. Monroe will keep it in, just play it into the far corner where Sauter will battle after it. He in there again against Aiden Moser. Puck comes up to the line and now out. There's a rush by McCarthy. Good play there by Matt Monroe to knock the puck off of his stick. Paquette tried that long pass off the boards to Sauter, but that was take the right angle on that and to get his protractor out and get a little sharper angle on that one. That one goes all the way down the ice for ice.
Absolutely. Face-off comes back to Vanderkoy's left. The top line out there for the Stampeders. Hope to get the puck down the other end so they can do some damage.
Should mention, too, that we didn't, I think, on Saturday night, Alex Walicki dressed in his 100th game for the Swan Valley Stampeders.
Congratulations to him.
So, game 101 tonight. There's a turnover there by Sullivan Menard. That'll allow the Wolverines to get back on the offense, but that wayward pass intercepted by Monroe and promptly fired off the glass into the rafters. Gets the draw, gets the whistle, and they'll be able to make some changes after that icing at the very least.
He does. A new face on the Stampeder bench tonight, that being equipment manager trainer Hayden Russell. Brother was former Dauphin King, Ocean Blizzard. Landon Russell, I think his name was, defenseman.
There we go.
Hayden just got to town here on Monday, moved into my basement. So
good.
hardly seen him though.
Good for him and good for you. But, I'm sure he'll be busy here this week with a couple of games. Wednesday night here tonight, obviously, with Wayway, and Friday night with the Niverville Nighthawks in town. The Stampeders will have a busy schedule here early in the season. Here's a breakout now. Looks like a 4-on-2. A good play there by Darren Hunt to break up that pass. A little bit dangerous as he's tried to step in to make a pass. Just about spun his way out of play, but was able to recover, and the Stampeders avoid that. That flip pass from Walicki to Maxey doesn't go through, and quickly back the other way. Roulette can't control. Now Walicki again for the Stampeders. High slot, Denis. That shot blocked, goes into the corner. Denis stays on it, takes a hit there. Way forward. Williams, his goal scorer, lost his footing trying to clear that, was able to reach out and sweep that puck down the ice for Lyndon Perry. Langley, BC, brings it up for the Stampeders up the left wing. Nathan Dan, he can't get past the big defenseman, Garen Apperly, and he's going to lead the rush back for the Wolverines. Flips that one towards the net. I think that was going wide, but wisely, I think Liam Vanderkoy reached out to squeeze that one. And
it gives me a good idea for a trivia question. How many billets has my co-pilot here had from Langley, British Columbia over the last few years?
That is a good
You
question.
should have a free place to stay if you ever do end up find yourself in Langley, I would assume.
But yeah, there's a couple of open invites there for sure. Off the draw, Wolverines shot from the defenseman Apperly that easily turned aside by Vanderkoy. Perry now up to Gulletson. Backhand there off the Wayway player and then up into the netting. And we're going to have another stoppage with a neutral zone face-off this time. And come on the far side in front of the Wayway bench.
Face off, yep, right in front of the Wayway bench. Stampeders sending out Monroe and Menard on the backhand here to replace Perry, and I can't see who that other one was. Pottinger.
Yeah, so I think the matchups are a little bit mixed up here already early on, so we continue to use our notes.
I'm sure
to
they
keep
do
us
it
straight.
just to screw us up a little bit.
I don't think they even write them down proper. There's a backhand shot that Vanderkoy reaches out off the stick of, it looked like Sam McPeak. Kind of tried to backhand sneaker there in the high slot, but seen all the way by the big goaltender. Going to cement his spot here with the Swan Valley Stampeders, as we talked about in an earlier broadcast. Netminder situation wide open coming into this season with Colby Grant aging out, playing Division III down in the States, and there's another shot wide there. Last year's backup, Menge Crapeau, opting for other opportunities down in the U.S. They're a battle just outside the Stampeder line. It's the Stamps that come up with it. Maxey backhands the puck into the Wayway zone, but they'll quickly turn back. There's a good play by Menard to lift the stick the Wayway forward. Puck slides all the way down into the Stampeder zone, and good job on the forecheck there, but Jossie lost his stick. Moser now steps in, sharp shot. That one bounced around, and Vanderkoy kind of lost it, went off his chest. He was able to knock that down again, as we talked about. That's the advantage of being a decent positional goalie and being 6'7" as well, I think.
Absolutely. I want to say Wayway Wolverines were the unfortunate team last season to miss the playoffs. So they're out of a group of 5 teams that were basically in first place at one time or another in the last 5 weeks of the season. But Taylor Harnett definitely geared up towards getting back into the playoff picture this season.
No, for sure. As we said, tight race all the way, and this came down to a tough stretch the last couple of weeks. There's Griffin Ayotte on his horse trying to negate that icing call, and he can't quite beat the Wayway defender getting back there, but he's kind of actually he's had a couple of other individuals argue on his behalf as well. So setting the stage here, the Stampeders playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, which is okay. There's a long shot. That one's blocked. Now here's a chance for Gulletson. Strung there by Halls. Halls catches up to the play, but kind of skated away as Gulletson tried to leave a bounce pass or a backhand pass. Officially intercepted that just outside the line and went in way too early, but that'll blow down the play. As good block there by the Stampeder forward to start the rush, but couldn't connect on the pass to get a shot off.
Not the media timeout. Thought maybe we were going to go to that here, but yeah, I got to say this has got to be the tallest goaltending matchup in the history of the MJHL. 2 guys 6'7" off skates. Put you about 6'9" on skates. Go down to your knees and your shoulders are still above the crossbars, so it's going to be tough to beat.
Kind of the height we need on the basketball team. Take both of those guys, absolutely. Wolverines on it in the forecheck again in the Stampeder zone. There's a job by Kemeny to spin off the check. He maintains possession of the puck. The far side plays it back in behind the net. Unfortunately for them, Clark couldn't control. Dan gets it just outside the line, played right back in, so the Stamps will have an opportunity to clear the zone on the delayed offside. Fishley now, hard off the glass. In behind the Wayway net, Apperly plays it around the far side, and Kemeny now. He'll carry it out. Pinched off there is good job by Owen Warnick to cut him off. Allows Bettiger to pick up the puck. He stops behind his net. Out of Warnick again. There's a pass through center, too far for Dan. This is going to be another icing call and a little bit of a choppy start here both ways. A few icing calls both ways here on some wayward passes.
Yeah, a little bit of a tired Stampeder lineup here, so they're going to have to try and get possession of this face-off right off the hop here so they can get that puck out or get a line change, whatever they got to do.
Wolverines control the draw. Will keep the pressure on. Roulette goes into the corner to dig it out. Centered right in front and not able to get a stick on it was Caulfield and right on top of the goaltender. Stamps now a chance and they'll flip it all the way down the ice. No icing on this one as Apperly will get there in plenty of time. And the changes will happen with some fresh legs.
So that's what you call the wholesale change.
That's a wholesale change. That's right. The entire group. That one fought off by Vanderkoy up high on his blocker side. Williams tried to get this one back to Wheatley, but Sauter will be there for the Stamps to intercept. Plays far side to Monroe. Back to Perry. He'll skate it up. Right through center ice. Tried to find Jones. That one off a Wayway stick and down deep. Sauter in on the forecheck. Gets the puck off of Wheatley's stick for a minute, but it's going to be Kameni coming back the other way. Jones tried to bump him off, but Kameni's going to, or Caulfield, sorry, that is. Continues on with the puck. Now in behind the net is Roulette. Centering pass, nobody there except for the Stampeders' Riley Fiquette. He'll start to rush the other way, getting it on the right wing. Trey Sauter. Had to stop just inside the line. He's got to play this one down deep. Jones, he tries to squeeze off his check, but couldn't maintain possession of the puck. And real quickly back the other way is McPeak. Long shot, wide on the glove side and around the far side. Now is Bennett. He comes in. That centering pass gets intercepted. Now Jones with a chance. He'll skate it out on his own against four Wayway players as Stampeders making some changes. Halls gets out there and he'll try to get in the face of Aiden Moser. This long pass, no icing there as it's touched, but Wolverines in on the forecheck again. Josiah Bennett plays it out front. Herring couldn't get a good handle on that. Now back the other way. Griffin Ayotte through traffic, can't maintain possession of the puck. He and Hall's now in behind the play. Back the other way are the Wolverines. That one intercepted. Hall's now back to pick it off. Gets it to Ayotte up the right side. In over the line. He'll leave it there for Bettiger. Jumps into the play. In behind the net. Can't control. Halls will pick it up. Far side off the boards to Bettiger. Sharp angle shot right in front, and the rebound steered away well by Merrick Andres. Caulfield. Now here's a rush. Right in front is Regan Kamenko, the beneficiary of that, but he was offside and carried on with the play. Stampeders took a little exception to that, so.
Ref said that's okay. You can all get away with what you've done so far, but nothing
just
more.
Don't yet. Yes, Agent 22 says, and very polite about it too. Gentlemen,
Yep.
We're good.
It's
It's time for the media timeout. You're eating into it, he says.
And it is brought to you by Riddle's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving and supporting the Swan River Valley for 100 years. They don't even look that old, do they? Archie, Steve, Brian, Rhonda? None of them look 100, do they?
No, not quite.
See the professionals at Riddle's today for all your plumbing and heating needs. And congratulations to the Stampeders on their 25th anniversary season.
There we go. PKHC Chartered Professional Accountants are here for you. We take care of your personal, farm, or business accounting needs. PKHC proudly supporting the Swan Valley Stampeders for the past 25 years.
And did you know that the Star and Times offers both national and international passport as well as firearm possession and acquisition license photo services, Kevin?
I do not.
Walk-ins are available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I will see you.
You don't need a gun.
I don't know. No, I don't. You're right.
I told somebody the other day I shot a gun once in my life. I was about 18 years old, and I shot it at a hay bale in my friend's backyard of the field. That's the only time I've ever picked up a gun in my life.
And that was it. No more from there. Well, not for everybody, that is for sure. I certainly would not put myself in that situation as a hunter. Maybe more of a gatherer, not as much of a hunter.
Gatherer.
Off the draw, Wolverines Perry plays this one down deep, and in off there is Josie battling there with Sullivan Menard. The second attempt gets it to Caulfield, back to the line, steered away, rebound now, there's a wraparound, and Vanderkoy out of position there, lost his stick, so came sliding across, and good job there by Caulfield and Roth to keep that one in for the Wolverines and keep the pressure on. Lucas Perry now. Roth, that one goes off a stick at center ice. No icing there as Jossie got a piece of that one. Caulfield in on Menard. He'll play it around the far side to Gulletson. Tried to get it to Denis. That one got waylaid halfway down the ice, and now Gulletson on the back check will pick it up. There's a shot. Goes high glove side. One might have deflected off the sprawling defenseman up into the glass. Apperly settles it down for the Wolves.
Marines.
Wolverines. Yes, not to be confused, I guess, in the nature world, Animal Planet. There's a chance now to Denis. Off wing, stops. Tried to play a pass in there to Maxey, but intercepted there by the Wolverines defenseman. Darren Hunt at center ice chops it right back in, and Apperly again take this opportunity. He'll slowly skate it out of his zone. Turns and gets run into by Clark. That'll give Maxey a chance to get on the forecheck. Good job there by Walicki to help out. Comes up with the puck right out front to Denis. Quick shot, save, and they score. Right on the doorstep, Darius Maxey this time able to bang that one by Merrick Andres, and the Stampeders have tied this one up.
Well, some really good work down low there by that line of Walicki, Maxey, and Denis. First getting the puck possession of it, then flipping it out front. Got the first shot there, Darius Maxey, where he does his best work right in the crease there to bang it home to get his second goal in 2 games. The last 2 games, to be specific.
Yeah.
Third game, second goal, scored in each of the last 2 games now.
Well done. No, good job there by Maxey. And as we said, we talk about the size of the goaltender there. Equally, Darius Maxey, not a small individual either. 6'3", you need big guys in front of 6'7" defensemen or goaltenders, to try to get in their face, and it paid off there. And as we said, had a real glorious opportunity earlier in the periods. Good to see him capitalize on that one. And there's a pass a little bit too far for Jones. That one's not going to get to the end line, and Pringle now. He'll have to skate away from the forecheck of zone. Jones. It's a little spin. Leaves it for Moser up the boards. Now Caulfield just backhands it deep at the Stamps blue line. Bettiger spins off the check. Now finds himself with some skating room. Plays it up for Jones on the right wing. Jones, nifty little move there to avoid the first checker, but ran into a swarm of Wolverines players. Caulfield being one of them, and he chipped that one too far for Roulette. Vanderkoy plays it into the near corner, but it's going to be Williams that gets there first. Stampeders now Sauter just chips it off the glass. This one dribbles into the Wayway zone. Jones after it, can't come up with it. Williams takes a hit there from Paquette. Flips this one right back into the Stampeders end, where Sullivan Menard will pick it up. A little backhand pass off the mark for Matt Monroe. Now back to the line. Roth, shot, good tip there in front by Herring. Just wide. Bennett now throws it towards the net. That goes wide, but all the way back to the line to Roth. He plays it down deep. Monroe's going to get a chance, but he takes a hit there. It's a good job by the Wolverines to keep the pressure on the tired group, as they've been in the Swan zone on the forecheck quite a bit. There's a good little move, and now coming right in tight on the slot. They score. Josiah Bennett coming off the bench. Played the puck, picked it up just inside the Stampeder blue line, and a little mini 2-on-1 from the blue line in. Defenseman took the pass. Bennett did the right thing, played it up over top of the glove, off the glove, I think, of Vanderkoy got a piece of it, but just like that, Wolverines back up by 1.
Well, I had so much to say, but now there's a goal I have to talk about. So I was going to say, actually, it ended up, I guess Darius Maxey just had the best seat in the house for that goal. The goal went to Denis. I guess it must have squeezed through the armpit there somehow.
Okay.
Denis gets his first of the season, Maxey and Walicki drawing the assists.
Well, as we talked about, all 3 in on it one way or the t'other, so.
And I was also going to say, right before they scored the goal at the next stoppage, I was planning on talking about how the Wolverines seemed to be boxing out the Stampeders from in tight there. Other than that first or second shift, whatever it was, where the Stampeders had some good pressure, the Stampeders weren't able to get the shots through and get in tight there, but that one obviously worked.
Off the draw, Dan takes a bump. He's tied up against the boards. To help out his Vopat. Warnick tried to play that. That one up into the Wolverines bench, and we'll redo that face-off.
Stampeders probably not thrilled with the last goal, I'm going to say. The goal against that. It's probably one they'd like back.
Bit of a giveaway there and mix-up,
But they are giving up some defensive breakdowns there in their own end. They got to clean up that.
Just a little bit too quick sometimes when there's time. A good first pass goes a long way, and that hasn't been happening all the time. There's down with a long shot. That one easily gloved down by Andres. With Warnick bearing down, he'll hang on to that, and we'll have a face-off in the Wolverine zone.
Owen Warnick, a good young player there for the Stampeders, going to have a solid career here, 4-year man if he sticks around for the whole 4 years. But 17-year-old played with the Rink U18 hockey team last season, 11 goals, 25 points. So good play for the Winnipeg product.
And off the draw, Wolverines again control. They get this one past Perry at the line. He'll skate down. No icing. Just waved off. Perry now bounces over the stick of Bettinger, and the Wolverines right back on top of it. There's Moser. He'll step in. High slot. That one off the crossbar in behind Vanderkoy. That one got tipped on the way. Bellitson now the other way with Halls. Griffin Ayotte going to the net. That shot too far. Or that pass, sorry, didn't get through, and Ayotte crashed into the boards there, but he's up, getting on the forecheck as he'll help to keep this one in. Bettinger stepped in, and that one flipped up over the glass and had a play again as Stamps avoid a chance there, I think on a tip shot that hit the crossbar and bounced out the other side, started a rush. Couldn't get a shot on goal on the other end.
Griffin Ayotte lucky to come away with that unscathed there. He went into the boards pretty hard, but popped up almost as fast as he went down there. But good hard worker. You're never going to have to question his work ethic out when he's on the ice.
No, that's certainly the case. And we noticed that last year and talked about his speed, and looks a little quicker here this year. Like, only takes him 2 strides to get going.
And confidence is a big part of that too. So.
100%. Wolverines this time, they'll just flip it high down the ice. That won't go for icing as Monroe will pick it up. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in the opening period. 2-1 Wolverines. As the Stamps look for an opportunity, there's Sauter, off-angle shot. Off the shoulder of the goaltender, and that one bounced high and up and out of play. I think he lost that rebound there. He didn't know where it went after it hit him either.
So how long do you think the frustration sets in for the Sauter and Jones duo there? This should be and will be one of the most dynamic duos in the MJHL, but so far held to an assist each in now 7 periods of play almost.
No, that's certainly the case. There's a long shot that gets through traffic, and Andres will swallow that up for another quick face-off. But to your point, I don't think you'll be able to keep them bottled up for very long. And
No.
once it starts to click,
I think you'd be a lot more concerned if they weren't getting chances, right?
For sure.
They are getting some chances, and it's bound to go in at some point, and hopefully the floodgates open at that point.
No, there's too much talent and skill there between the two of them to be shut out, that's for sure, and they are definitely getting chances. And so you can get the cap popped off of that, that should be beneficial for the Stampeders. But right now they're in a battle here as Herring wins that. Can't get a shot off or can't control the puck, and Jones now will skate, and as he usually does, has a puck on a string there as he gets to the line and able to clear the zone, but no offensive rush for the Stampeders. They're put right back down into their own zone. Off the boards, Jones turned that puck a little bit too far, but it's going to be McPeak for the Wolverines. And behind the net, Bennett. He'll battle away at it, pins it in the corner. McPeak in there to help out. Dan and Monroe for the Stampeders, and Peak goes down in behind the play. Officially had his pocket pick right out front, and a shot. Bennett looked like that one went wide blocker side. Again, another glorious opportunity for the Wolverines right in the slot. Jones now gets to the red line, avoids the checks. Denis can't pick it up. Jones will help it out. Denis and Maxey going to the net. Jones taken down. No call there. Lost his footing right out front. Here's a chance now. Quick shot. Perry. That one deflected wide, and Apperly plays this one off the glass, so it'll go up and out of play. And a good couple of plays there by Jacob Jones, as he said, to try to set up his teammates and push this offense to a point of production.
Yeah, try as he might, unable to get one through there again. Shots 11-11, just over a minute to go here in the first period. Stampeders, I'm sure, would love to get this game tied up before the period ends.
Yes, a minute 12 to go. Denis can't come up with that draw, and it's Moser. He'll chip that one and get it to Jack Clark. Now up the right side is Herring. There's a shot fought off by Vanderkoy again. Clark stood up. There's a shot again, easily turned away by Vanderkoy. Maxey, a long hard pass far side for Walicki, a little bit too far for him, and it's going to be Wolverines defenseman as Moser getting back there first. Ian Pringle, there's a turnover just about in front of the net by Moser as Walicki was in there trying to pick that puck up again. Play there by Bettinger to take that puck off the stick of Bennett. Maxey has some room here, finds some open ice, plays it back to Bettinger, to his a little bit too far from Monroe, and this is where the Stampeders got in trouble here all period. Those wayward passes in their own end, just a little bit off sync, and ends up putting them on their heels as the Wolverines take advantage of that to get on the forecheck. This one off the stick of Halls, it'll go all the way down the ice in the last few seconds. Will tick off the clock here as puck backhanded out of the zone. Bettinger just chips it and takes a hit right at the buzzer. And Ben Roulette, he takes the first shot, and then coming through there, I think Callum Hall's taking offense to that. Roulette and Denis jostling here at the whistle over top of the linesman as Denis chasing Roulette all the way back to the bench. And we got Halls and not sure who the Wolverines player is down underneath them, but looks like maybe that was Sean Williams there.
Can't see from here, but yeah, it's.
I think Williams, his mask up, as Hall's probably saying, "Hey, that was a heck of a shot you made there," but no more of that.
I think the teams have calmed down somewhat now. They're going to go to their dressing rooms, and Wolverines happy with the 2-1 lead. Stampeders probably a little less than happy, trailing 2-1, but not a bad period at times there, but there are some things I think Barry Wolf would like to see his team clean up there a little bit, especially in the defensive zone there, where there's been a couple turnaways, a couple costly ones that they don't want to be seeing on a regular basis, obviously.
No, tighten that up on your own end, and those first couple of passes a little more crisp and on the mark would get the puck moving in the right direction as they wanted to. Stampeders end the period with a little bit of feistiness here, and associate coach Darren Webster hanging around to see what the end result might be. I'm not sure
probably
what
just
there will
giving
be.
financial advice is all he was doing, probably.
He's waiting or getting? Giving?
He's giving.
Giving. So
Trying to find anybody that's got a few bucks in their pocket. He'll try to tell them how to invest it.
it's a hard thing to do. So looks like nothing coming out of that. We'll see when we get into the second period if there's any penalties coming out of that scrum. 2-1 after the first period. Visiting Wayway Scapa Wolverines. We'll take our first period intermission. We'll be back in 15 minutes.